Good morning, everybody. Today, I wanted to talk about a fun conversation all around sales. So, I'll give you a little bit of history of my sales experience. Back in the day, I used to be a generalist HR person, and I thought that I wasn't selling. I thought that I didn't know how to sell, that I didn't like selling, that it wasn't a thing that I ever wanted to do. How wrong I was. Fast forward 25 years later, I now realize that every single one of us are salespeople. You might be selling the idea that your child should have breakfast before they go to school. You might be selling the idea of bringing a new policy into the organization. You might be selling literally a product to somebody. You might be selling as a HR manager or a line manager in the business. You might be selling an idea or a concept into the leadership team. Any time where you are trying to influence another person, you are selling. Right now, I am selling. So it's interesting if we choose to identify ourselves as salespeople, what then would we like to be selling? How would we like to be impacting people? What sort of influence would you like to have in relation to others? So, for me, with the work that we do in Being More Human, 100% of what we are selling is always around human potential. It's always around how can we find ways, tips, tools to become even more effective than what we currently are. We have a summit coming up, a leadership summit coming up on the 28th of July. And that summit is all about people sharing their stories on their leadership and their culture journeys all around the Hunter region. It's a one off for the Hunter. There's never been a summit quite like this before, where you're profiling local leaders and hearing local stories about what's worked, what hasn't worked, what they might like to do differently. If you'd like any information on this, please just drop a yes down below in the comments, and I will make sure I come back to you and give you the details about the Leadership and Culture Summit on the 28th of July. Hope you have a fun time selling whatever it is that you're selling today. Cheers.